What's good, family? Welcome back to OR Trades, man. I am here to go over 3 trades with you guys. We went 3 for 3 today. I'm going to go over the trade recap to show you exactly how I executed and the reasoning behind my trade, or my trades, I should say. But before we get there, I just want to thank you. If you're new, appreciate you subscribing. If you're just passing by and just tuning in, please subscribe. Turn on post notifications because you will be getting a lot more videos from me. And I'm going to show you guys exactly what I do day in and day out, how I'm preparing myself for the week, and the things that I'm looking at, man. But without further ado, let's get into the video.
Look. Told my dogs that we won't starve again. I show my face in places I'll never show again. I stacked my chips and did it with no one noticing. Dealing with some shit I told moms that I'll never fold again. And it's on God, I don't like how they move. I'm from a city where they sharing every move that they do.
All right, so first trade of the day, let's take a look. I alerted the chat at 10:39 Central Time that I took some 38.50 calls, filled at $75 per contract. So basically, the reason I took this trade, it was actually it was down here at the bottom. This is around 10:24, and I got in about 10 to 12 minutes after that. And the reason I took this trade, I was expecting it to go a little further up, bigger run, but we still ended up, these contracts ended up going for 30%. It was a smooth trade. And the reasoning behind this trade was because we made a low, but on RSI, we made a higher low. So what that's called is called bullish divergence, right? So you have on the actual chart, you're making a new low, but RSI is signaling a bullish divergence because if you notice this low over here, we were oversold. Then we came back to the chart to make another low, but on RSI, we made a higher low. So this was telling me throughout the day that we were going to get a run. There was going to be a run. We were holding support at 378, 379 on SPX. We were bouncing off. I'll show you the chart right now. We were bouncing off the 3,800 level. We weren't able to clear that, which is a pretty key level. If we slip through that and 3790, we will see some more downside. But so far, we are holding it. Anyways, that's the reasoning behind this trade. I saw RSI signaling a bullish divergence. Took some calls. Again, I was expecting a bigger move. However, contract still printed. We ended up making, let me show you exactly what we made on that trade really. So there you go. 43% we took on that trade. I think the runner ended up going for 55%. All right, now the second trade that we took our fibs, remove this here. We took our fibs from the low, and we took it all the way to the top of this run, from here all the way up here. And I ended up getting in here at the 61.8. We had a decent little bounce, but then it ended up coming right back down. But I took profits pretty quickly, and I left a couple runners, which ended up going against me, right? So I was down on the runners, but at 11:58, I signaled the chat, hey, I'm averaging down. I'm buying an additional 2 contracts. My average fill was about $190 per contract. And the reason I got in here was because, again, we're holding the 78.6. If you notice these 2 lows over here, or these 2, you know, where we started to slip a little bit, but we held. Down here, we made another low, but RSI was still bullish, was still making a higher high. I felt pretty confident about this trade. I was willing to cut if SPX was to close under 3,800, or if this level 378.76 was to give. And literally, for 10 minutes after I took that trade, boom, we had a massive rally. Contracts went for 161% return. It was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trade. Remember, you use indicators and, RSI, MACD, volume, the fib tool to help you. You don't trade solely off of them, but when things are aligning, the boxes are checked, you take your trade And if it goes against you, the beautiful thing about trading is that even though you cannot control what the market does, you can always control the way you react, the way you respond to the market. And I think that's the beautiful thing about it, because you have the choice. When you take a trade, you know, if it's set up, if the setup's there, you feel confident about it, the trade goes in your favor, great. The trade goes against you, you have to manage it. And the beautiful part about it, like I mentioned, is that you have a choice. You have a decision. You can control the way you respond and the way you react, right? So, and another thing is, when you're in a trade, I actually read this quote the other day. When you're in a trade, you're either your best friend or your worst enemy, right? So try and be your best friend when you're in a trade. But anyways, on to tomorrow. We have a lot going on the economic calendar. Non-farms, unemployment rate. I think these could be big movers. But remember, next week we got CPI, which I don't know. I think it's going to set up the rest of the month. You know, we could see a pretty big move. This 3,800 level, if you look on SPY on the daily, we're actually in this really, really, really tight range here. We got room to the downside for sure, but we are literally just in this channel, and we're waiting to see what's going to give first, man. I'm excited about tomorrow. There's going to be opportunity for us to capitalize and to make money. Don't get FOMO. Play your cards right, man, and let's make a good profit tomorrow, man. I love you guys. Once again, thank you for tuning in. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Turn on post notifications, because I will be dropping some heat for y'all, man. I love you guys. Have a blessed evening and a great Friday tomorrow. Peace.